Yo, what up everyone? I'm Milkem here, owner of Rappin' and Snackin', getting into another video. This time I'm going to show off my Ghostface Killah collection. My favorite member of the Wu-Tang Clan is Ghostface. It's his birthday today, so let's just go ahead and get into the vinyl that I have of his. First off, it's going to be the debut album of his, Iron Man. This pressing is the original pressing. It does have that song Soul Controller. If you haven't heard the song The Soul Controller, make sure to go and check it out or find you a copy of CD, tape, or vinyl that has it. Vinyl has been on the surge, especially due to, COVID-19. People aren't able to really go out to stores as much, in the past year and a half. So due to that, a lot of the vinyl prices have been shooting up, and probably among other reasons too. But anyways, Soul Controller is on this. This album is one of my favorite Ghostface Killah albums, possibly either my second or third. It's very hard to call the three of his albums, which I'll go ahead and talk to you about. But this one's just amazing. And yeah, make sure to have that if you don't have it. Incredible stuff. And you got Raekwon and Capadon on that cover. Next up, this is one that a lot of people consider their favorite, and this is another one that's in my top three for show. This is Ghostface Killah's Supreme Clientele. This is one of those albums that a lot of people were talking about Wu-Tang in the late 90s, early 2000s. They were kind of saying like they were starting to fall off because, they didn't like the output of, Raekwon's Immobilarity, Method Man's Judgment Day album to Cal 2000, etc., etc., etc. So this was the album that a lot of people were like, okay, Wu-Tang ain't playing around. And this album is just phenomenally great. I love the microphone on the back. This cover is too clean. Incredible album. And honestly, I should start reviewing some of these things. And I 100% will. Next up, Ghostface Killah's Bulletproof Wallets. This is an interesting release because it does have it was supposed to come out a certain way and it didn't. It was supposed to have a few tracks that didn't end up surfacing on the album. They did end up getting released, later in other like compilations, or there's some vinyl singles with them, and I have some that I'll show later in this video. But anyways, Bulletproof Wallets, another dope album. Boom, Raekwon on the cover. Next up, this is an interesting one because it's the Pretty Tony album, but it's the first album where Ghostface Killah is not on the cover. Ghostface Killah is on the cover, but Ghostface Killah, the name is not used. Here he's just going simply by Ghostface. So this is, I believe, the only album in his catalog that has that feature. So it goes for Ghostface, not Ghostface Killah. It's a cool album, not as good as the previous three that I mentioned, but it's still good. It's still a good one to check out. Next up, we got the Ghostface Killah Fish Scale. This is another one of my top three. This is one that may rock a couple people in the comment section. This is my favorite Ghostface album, and it also has definitely a top three favorite Ghostface track of mine on here, which would be Shaky Dog. His storytelling on that is just something. It's just something else. His jargon, his slang has always been one of the best amongst rap. I think it's on full display on Shaky Dog. There's a lot of great songs on here. Just because it's a mid-2000s release, do not sleep on it. It is very potent. I would understand if someone put Supreme Clientele or Iron Man above it, and even I sometimes will doubt this is my number one pick. But anyways, nonetheless, it is an incredible album nonetheless. So Fish Scale, I still have this one sealed actually. I have the hype sticker on it. Amazing stuff. Next up, this is More Fish, which it's technically an album, but it's kind of also like a compilation of, extra songs and other things and blah, blah, blah from like the Fish Scale era, etc. Hence the title More Fish. It's of up until this point in the discography, this is the worst, but you'll find some gems on it. Next up, this is an album that not a lot of people talk about, the Big Doe Rehab, Ghostface looking like a Mac, the girl showing something there. Pretty dope cover, pretty dope album actually, honestly. I like the hockey mask on the back right there. I love his chains. Just Ghostface Killah's awesome, dude. Moving on, this is an album that a lot of people didn't like, and a lot of people didn't like that Ghostface dropped it. I found some cool songs that I like on it, even some of the more like, because there are obviously a lot of singing and the choruses, a lot of them feature like R&B singers. But there's some joints on here, man. Like a lot of people like Stapleton Sex. My favorite's actually Do Over. I believe Raheem Devon's on that one. Yep, Raheem Devon's on that one. That's my favorite song. But this is also cool because it does match the theme of the cover. It does come on green vinyl. So I thought that was pretty awesome. Really clean stuff. And yeah, Ghostini, Wizard of Poetry. Moving on. This is Ghostface Killah's Lost Tapes. This is interesting because this is actually produced by Big Ghost. So it's interesting, you know, like a play on the Ghost. You got Big Ghost and you got Ghostface Killah. This is their project together. This is actually the, I believe this is the neon one. I'm blanking because I didn't open this one yet, actually. But this, I believe, is the neon joint just from the sticker right here. 50 out of 250. That's my edition. But boom. Moving on, we got, up to this point, his latest solo offering. This is Ghostface Killah's album, Ghostface Killah's. Yeah, you know, this is another one. I wasn't a huge fan of this one. There's a couple joints on it, but aside from that, I'm not crazy. I like that Conditioning song, but I wish it was longer. Aside from that, a lot of these songs are kind of like, I'm forgetting a little bit because I didn't put this in too much rotation, but there were a couple joints on, nothing too crazy. But boom, Ghostface Killah's. This one here is a compilation called Ghost Funk. I think it was pressed in the UK. Okay, this is Made in China on the back, but I don't remember who put this out. But I'll go ahead and put a picture of the back track list so y'all can see up close and see what made it to this release. Moving on, we're going to get into the stuff that was like presented as group albums or like compilation like with other people. First off, we're getting the 12 Reasons to Die project. This is the one that is produced by Apollo Brown, so also called the Brown Tape. So this one is after the one that came out with Adrian Young, 12 Reasons to Die, the original one. I actually don't have that on vinyl yet. So, boom. But anyways, got this one on vinyl. And this one, honestly, I might like even better than the Adrian Young version. And the original project, I wasn't like head over heels over it. I know a lot of people really liked it. I wasn't particularly crazy about it. But, boom, there you have it. Let's put that there. Next up, we got another variant of that different cover. This is also the Brown Tape. This is just like a repress and a different cover. So there you have it right there. Next up, this is Czarface and Ghostface. So pretty interesting collaboration. You know, obviously they're mixing with the faces and mixing kind of with the cartoon characters, etc. The superheroes. So, you know, you got Czarface and you got Ghostface there. Boom, boom, boom. And then keeping on with that, we have the alternate cover. And I believe these are the instrumentals. And yes, they are. These are the instrumentals. This one, I don't really play instrumentals. That's why I kind of had a double take. It depends on the album, but most of the time I need the raps on it. I need something aside from the instrumental. I get kind of bored, you know what I mean? But boom, alternate cover, limited. Next up, we got the Wu Massacre joint. I did talk about this in my Method Man collection video. Let me go ahead and open it for people who haven't seen it, but here it comes with the covers, like the individual covers. You see Method Man, you see Ghostface, you see Raekwon. And then it comes with these inserts, and right here is the big Ghostface cover. So boom, and then on the back, the Raekwon. There's a Method Man in there too. But I'm going to keep a Ghostface for this video, man. So show you all that. And then, yeah. Let's go ahead and move on to the next release. This one was a pretty cool project. This was on the shorter side. This is Ghostface Killah and Bad Bad Not Good. So this album I actually did like. It's called Sour Soul. Yep, Sour Soul. Pretty cool stuff on this one. Really short, but I thought it was an interesting project, an interesting approach for Ghostface. Love the cover here. Just super dope. And boom. So those are my Ghostface albums. And now I'm going to go ahead, put these down, and then I'm going to go ahead and get into my singles. Now that I got the vinyl off the table for the albums, time to get into the singles that I got for Ghostface. So first off, I'm going to go into the Camé Daytona 500. This is just a really, really, really good single, obviously from the Iron Man album. Just two bangers. Love the cover here. You got Ray and Cap on it too. Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff here. Moving on to the Supreme Clientele era, we got Apollo Kids, also featuring Raekwon. And yeah, on the back, okay, this is just Apollo Kids. So really, really, really dope song. These singles that I'm covering now, like those that I just said, and this one, incredible stuff, as well as the next one, which is Shisha La Ghost. This is a really dope song. I love the chorus. I'm also actually wearing a Shisha crew neck that his brand gifted me years ago, probably like 5 years ago or something. I'm not sure if they're still putting stuff out. But anyways, this is something that they gave me, so appreciate it. And this is just a really, really, really dope single. You Got also does well on it. Yeah. Oh, it's also got We Made It on the B-side. So boom, there you go. Moving on, we got Ghost Showers. This is kind of like, I feel like this is like a similar approach that they're trying to do with Shisha La Ghost, except it's just not as good. But, you know, it's still good, just not as strong as Shisha La Ghost. But anyways, also got Ice and The Hilton. Pretty cool song. I also really like this cover. It's interesting. Like the robe, the money, just Ghostface being funny. Next up, we got Never Be the Same Again. This song I wasn't as big on. You know, they did choose it to be a single, which I thought, you know, I guess made sense because it got Carl Thomas, got Raekwon. But anyways, it's okay. Moving on, we got the song Push featuring Missy Elliott, which, if I recall, this is actually called Tush. So Push is probably the clean version, if my memory is not mistaken me. Yeah, so this actually says Push on it. I'm almost certain it's Tush, though. But we'll find out. Because I got the CD, I'll pull that up. And then it's got Run featuring Jadakiss. That's a fantastic song, incredible song. This song coming up, I feel like not everyone knows about it, but it's really good. It's called Milkem. Peep it out if you haven't. It's a dope one. Really like it. Like the cover. It's a dope track. I love that beat on that. Trife on it. Boom. This, I remember, I was so happy when I found this at a swap meet years ago. This is the Champ. This is from Fish Scale. This is an incredible song. This is also a Japan release, so it was a little, that's why when I started the swap meet, I was very happy, because I'm like, how often am I gonna come and find shit from Japan? You know what I mean? Like in person, it's a little more seldom seen. Obviously, with things online, you can buy it more, but you don't want to pay shipping from Japan. You know, it's a pain in the ass. But the Champ is so good. Really, really, really good song. I believe Just Blaze produced this, if I recall. It's funny because on here it doesn't say press in Japan, but I remember this is a Japan pressing. If I'm wrong, that's embarrassing, but I'm pretty positive it is. Moving on, we got a pretty dope release here. Unfortunately, nothing ever came out of this, but this is Victory Laps by Doomstarks. So rest in peace to MF Doom. We got him on first side of the picture cover, or picture disc vinyl here. And on the back, we got Ghostface there. So pretty cool. I guarantee this is probably a lot of money now, which is a shame. But, you know, I guess good for me. I can sell it, but that ain't happening. Anyways, pretty cool stuff. I wish we ended up getting a project from them. It just didn't end up happening like that. So rest in peace, Doom. Shout out Ghostface. Moving on, we got the singles that are generic sleeve. So let me go ahead and show these ones. First off, we got Motherless Child. Dope song. Iron Man, also from the soundtrack Sunset Park. So also from the soundtrack Sunset Park. So boom, there you have it. Moving on, we got, this is one of my favorite tracks from Supreme Clientele. We got One. This is, you know, generic black sleeve sticker. B-side is Saturday Night. This is one of those songs I was telling you about that was supposed to be on Bulletproof Wallets, but didn't end up being on Bulletproof Wallets. This is The Watch. The Watch is a really, really, really dope song. And this is why it's so hard to rank an album like Bulletproof Wallets, because if you know the story of the album and you know the track that it was supposed to come out with, and you've heard the songs that were on the initial track list, but they didn't end up coming to fruition on the actual release of the album, you know, when you cop it from the stores, it's very hard to judge that album because you know what it was supposed to be, and then you know what you ended up getting. Which the end product wasn't bad, but the initial was just better. The Watch being a prime example of something that would have made that album shine even more. An incredible song, The Watch. Moving on, generic of Ghost Showers. Boom, just talked about that one, not going to keep talking about it. This is Run, featuring Jadakiss. Def Jam sleeve, sticker. Run is such a great song. If you haven't heard that in a minute, pop that one back in. Jadakiss is a great verse too. Super dope. Moving on, this is the Ghostface single Save Me Dear. This is from the Pretty Tony album. I'm going to keep it rolling. Aha, so I knew it. Okay, I got two of them. So here we got Ghostface featuring Missy Elliott, and it's called Tush. So I was right. I don't know why, is Tush an explicit term where they had to call it push? That's very interesting. But anyways, we got Tush, and then we got the double vinyl version of Tush single. So boom, there you go, featuring Missy Elliott, as I just stated. And then next up, yeah, I love this joint. This is Be Easy by Ghostface Killah and Peep Rock. This is from Fish Scale. This is a great song. Got in the open shrink, got the sticker. Gotta love it. Next up, we got Theodore Unit. So this is one of his groups that not everyone knows about. You know, obviously everyone knows the Wu-Tang Clan. People, may know the collaborations with Czarface, etc. But Theodore Unit, I feel like, doesn't get talked about as much. This is the song Paychecks. And what is Paychecks and Wicked with Lead. So boom. Pretty cool how I still have the sticker on it. Love that. I'm going to get these records off the table and get into the CDs, the tapes, and some other stuff I got. Give me a sec. Alright, got that stuff off the table. I forgot I did have a couple more vinyl. These are some 7-inch singles. And honestly, I might be forgetting a few things from my collection. I do have a lot of Ghostface things, and keep in mind I'm not going over any Wu-Tang albums or Wu-Tang singles or anything like that. I'm trying to keep it as much Ghostface as possible, as well as his little side groups. So I wanted to do that. So these other singles I have are 7-inch singles. These are from the 12 Reasons to Die 2 release. So first off, we got the single here, which is Rise Up and Daily News as the B-side. So boom, there you have that one. Next up, another one from the 12 Reasons to Die 2 release. This is Return of the Savage, as well as The King of New York. Moving on, we got another one from 12 Reasons to Die 2. This one is Blackout, and then Resurrection Morning, and then Life's a Rebirth. So boom, all from the 12 Reasons to Die release. And then next up, we got a 7-inch single, which is from the Czarface featuring Czarface versus Ghostface album. And this one is Where the Dog's At, Iron Claw, Dinner Time, and Subwoofer. So boom, right there. I remember this was also a limited edition. I feel like all of these are actually limited edition, but I know for sure the Czarface one is. So moving on. Time for the CDs. So it's important to note that for Iron Man, as I had stated with the vinyl that I just talked about, or in the beginning of this video, Iron Man, it does on the original pressings have the Soul Controller. It does have the Soul Controller on the CD, the vinyl, and the cassette tape, if you have that original pressing, like I said. The CD also does have an additional song, and that is Marvel. So on the CD, the original pressing, you have Soul Controller sitting at track 16, and then Marvel sitting at track 17. And I'll go ahead and put a photo of it on screen. Next up, I have a repress of it, and it just has Marvel and doesn't have Soul Controller. So you can see, 16-track version has Marvel, 17-track version has Marvel and the Soul Controller. So it's interesting. It's a little confusing. I get it. Hope that picture helped you out a little bit. Amazing album, like I said. Next up, Ghostface Killah Supreme Clientele. I always liked how it had the glittery, glossy silver tray right here. Just pretty dope stuff. Like I said, amazing, incredible album. Next up, this is just interesting because, like I had stated, the Ghostface Killah Bulletproof Wallets album was supposed to come out, with certain songs in it. Well, here I actually have a misprinted version of the album. And it's funny because this misprinted version isn't even what was supposed to be the original one that was supposed to come out. This is also like a different track list. So I'm going to go ahead and put these both up on screen so you can see how like botched up this release is. You have a misprint, and then you have the official album release version too. It's just such a confusing album. But I'll go ahead and throw those on screen for you. I remember when I saw this in stores, I was like, I remember that this is not the pressing I have. So I just bought it, and I was right. It wasn't the pressing I had. Very interesting release. This is Shaolin's Finest. This is a compilation that Ghostface dropped. It's also interesting because he dropped in 2003, so it's not like we knew we were going to have Ghostface for many years to come, and we did, because now it's 2021 and he's still dropping music. So very odd placement for like a compilation album of his, but I have it anyways. Moving on, Ghostface Pretty Tony album. Just talked about this one. There it is on the CD. Here's one I didn't talk about. This is Ghostface's Live in New York City. If I recall, they may have also included this on his album with Trife Diesel, and I'm not sure if they did because that album was a 2-disc version, and maybe on some pressings they had it, maybe on some pressings they didn't. I do have it, so I'll end up showing it and we'll find out. But boom. Next up, I got 2 album samplers of the same thing for Fish Scale. Always love this cover where he's just cutting the fish right there. Got 2 of them, same exact thing. Like I said, one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Ghostface album. Fish Scale, boom, right there. Amazing stuff. Next up, we got more Fish on CD, right there. And then, interesting, they put this compilation. He has another compilation. This one's called Hidden Darts, and it's called Hidden Darts Special Edition. This is put out by J Love. Yeah, J Love. And it's interesting because it's got that photo I just showed you right here. So from the sampler, they basically use the same photo. Anyways, that's a compilation. Got some songs on there that, this has The Watch on it, that single that was supposed to be on Bulletproof Wallets. It's got a few other songs. It's got The Sun. The Sun was supposed to be on Bulletproof Wallets. That was featuring Slick Rick. That's a really good song too. So, man, it's got some joints on there. The Big Doe Rehab, just talked about this one. Dope album that not everyone talks about. Wallaby Champ, this is another compilation. So Ghost just has a lot of compilations, and a lot of these songs, they cross each other in terms that, you have this song, which is also on that compilation, which is also on that compilation, it's just sloppy the way they release them, and I don't know how much Ghostface had his input on this. It says Stark Enterprises, and it also says J Love, so it's like they're all just releasing the same stuff over and over. And then we got another compilation, Ghostini the Great. So like I'm saying, it's just all coming out. Pause. This also has a DVD. Ghostini, Wizard of Poetry, talked about that one. Ghostface, Apollo Kids. Now this is a pretty dope album. A lot of people like this one, myself included. Apollo Kids, pretty dope stuff. I got the composition book on it. This was an interesting one because this is a concept album by Ghostface, 36 Seasons. I actually did enjoy this one. I remember it had a lot of features from Kool G Rap and AZ, which I thought were just really interesting. You'd expect, his features to be from the actual Wu-Tang camp, but this time Kool G Rap and AZ had quite a few guest spots. I did like this project, and I remember Ghostface's flow was starting to kind of change at this time. Post 2010s, Ghostface Killah, his voice and his flow started to slowly change. I would say actually more for the worse, but this being one of the better projects with that flow. The Ghostface Killah's project, which I just talked about previously, right here on CD. Ghostface Killah's Lost Tapes right here, and then I also have the limited edition Lost Tapes version, I recall. So this is 13 tracks, and this one has 13 tracks on the first disc. On the second disc, it's the instrumental. So boom, there you go. Moving on. Actually, let me go to the singles first. We got Ghostface Killah's Back Like That. This is with Neo. I know a lot of people probably didn't like this song. I actually thought it was pretty dope. Like that Neo feature too. Kanye West produced it, if I recall, and there's also a remix with him. Okay, this is the remix version. This is the remix with Kanye West on it. Was it produced by Kanye then? I'm blanking out. Yeah, I don't remember. But anyways, I know the remix has Kanye on it because I've heard it. Next up, All That I Got Is You. Always love this cover. This is one of my favorite Ghostface songs of all time. One of the more underrated and underappreciated songs dedicated to mothers. I feel like whenever Mother's Day comes up, obviously you have the obvious Dear Mama that everyone talks about. Do not sleep on this track. It is incredibly great. Back Like That. So this is the original, not the remix. The sticker cover featuring Neo. Yep. Cheche La Ghost, sealed, CD single, boom. Then we have Apollo Kids right here. Got the hype sticker right there too. Boom, boom. Moving on, we're gonna get into some of his like group and collab stuff. We got that album that I was just talking about by Theodore Unit. This is 718. This is the full album. Boom, right here. This was a cool release. Not like a great one, but it's good. Next up, this is the Ghostface and Trife album I was talking to you about. This is Put It On The Line. This is a 2-discer. So disc 1 is the album. Disc 2 is the DVD to Live in New York City. So that album that I was just talking about, Live in New York City, this is the DVD to that. So I was like kind of right when I said it was included on this album. So boom, Put It On The Line right there. Wu Massacre. I just talked about this as well. This is the Ghostface variant cover right here. There were 3 covers. Raekwon, Method Man, and Ghostface. Boom. This is a project that not everyone knows. I wasn't too crazy about it, but they did put it out. This is Wu Block. This is Wu-Tang Clan as well as D Block. Some members from Wu-Tang Clan and then the D Block making this album together. Also, it was interesting because it says Wu Block 2012. Like they're running for, their campaign. But anyways, you got this one here. I really just remember I thought it was, decent, but nothing like exceptional. Next up, you got the Sour Soul Project. This one, just comes in like a slip case. So it just comes out like that. And boom, there you have that one. This is the project with Adrian Young, 12 Reasons to Die. This is a digipack. A lot of people actually like this album. Like I said, I thought it was good, but I prefer the brown tape version better. This being the brown tape version right here. Boom, boom. And then the other brown tape version. So this is the original cover. This is the repress with the different cover. So there you have it. Next up, we have 12 Reasons to Die number 2. Boom. This is also a digipack. There you have it. Czarface meets Ghostface on CD, and then Czarface meets Ghostface on CD, but the instrumental version. Boom, boom, right there. And then lastly, we have the Lost Tapes with Big Ghost right here too, which I had also just shown this Lost Tapes earlier. So then moving on, I'm going to go ahead and show you my cassette tapes. Some dope stuff here. We got Iron Man, obviously, amazing. And this one, let me confirm, does have Soul Controller on it. So yeah, all these are originals. So we got Iron Man, we got the Supreme Clientele joint, we got Bulletproof Wallets, which this is also has The Sun is track 1, which it's not on the actual album because they didn't get the sample clearance for it. But anyways, The Sun is on here with Slick Rick, just on the track list, which means there's probably another pressing with the other track list that I had on CD. So I'll have to find that. Then we got the Lost Tapes right here. We got the 12 Reasons to Die joint. And then this is cool. Oh, it's not like staying up. This is cool because this is actually the Czarface meets Ghostface, but the way they put it, it's kind of like, you can put the covers together and it's both of them right there. This one's also on the blue tape. So one of these is instrumentals, one of them's the actual album. And there you have those tapes. Let's go ahead and show you my other tapes that I got. Throw these to this side right here. Other tapes. Now these are some awesome ones right here. We got the Starks tape. Boom. So this was to promote the Iron Man album. I love this. Yep. On the cassette tape it says, watch out for the album Iron Man. Boom. Super awesome. Iron Man, one of my favorite albums. Love this cover. It just, you know, makes Ghostface look like a superhero. Got the six-pack. Got the Wu-Tang shining. Just awesome. And then that's zoomed in for what All That I Got Is You is. So that's like the zoomed in cover. All That I Got Is You is the incredible single that I was just talking about. Just phenomenal stuff. Next up, we got the Ghostface Killah Snippet sampler. This is for the Supreme Clientele joint. Boom, there you have it. Love these little snippet tapes. This is a song that, yeah, this is a really good song here. And this is Cobra Clutch by Ghostface Killah. This is one of those singles that didn't make it to a Ghostface album. It came out on the Swarm compilation or album, whatever you want to call it, by like the Wu-Tang affiliates and Wu-Tang Clan, etc. And Cobra Clutch is a really dope song. This single was actually very hard to find. Shout out to my guy 80 Uno. He sold it to me back in the day. Stoked to have this in the collection. Next up, I got these singles. This is Ghostface Killah featuring Raekwon and Capadonna, Kame, and Daytona 500. It's rocking a different cover than the single that I just shown y'all a little earlier. But boom, there you have it. And yeah, I also love how it says Razor Sharp Records, and it's got the Wu-Tang in a razor. So awesome. Motherless Child right here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then Cheche La Ghost. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, yes, I love this little funny book right here, the Pretty Tony book. It's actually quite hysterical. Just Ghostface he's one of hip-hop's prized treasures. He needs to be protected at all costs, is what everyone says. And yeah, this is a funny one, man. I mean, it tells you about hygiene, it tells you how to dress, tells you to wash your tongue, get the eye boogers out your eye, to eat certain things, tells you about, you know, some hoe shit. It tells you about just everything, man. Wisdom, bomb. It is just like a stupid but funny, like, just have it book. You know what I mean? Anyways, it's like a Ghostface self-help book. What else I got here? I got this box set for 12 Reasons to Die. I'm actually going to go ahead and do an unboxing for this because I know some people probably didn't know this came out. And I'll go ahead and show y'all in another video. So if I remember to link it to this video when I do record it, I'll go ahead and do that so it's easy. Otherwise, just search on my channel. I will for sure be doing an unboxing of this one. Also, very good quality stuff. Next up, got this magazine that came out like newspaper style magazine by LA Record, which came out during the 12 Reasons to Die campaign when they were promoting it and all that. So boom, you have here Ghostface Killah, then you have Adrian Young right there, and then you have, you know, these chicks up here which are just following the theme of the album. And I remember when the album was out and when they were touring, this is how, you know, it looked in terms of, you know, the women, and Adrian Young was dressing like that as well. I remember, if I recall, Ghostface Killah was kind of sitting on a chair and rapping too. I don't remember if it was a throne or what it was. If I can find a picture, I'll throw it up on the screen. So boom, there you have that. Let me grab this too. Pause. There's the last thing I have. Okay, I'm back. Lastly, I have the Ghostface action figures. And I'm also going to do an unboxing of these. So don't you worry about it. I'll go ahead and link those up too. These are all the Ghostface variants of the robe colors, the hat colors, you know, his outfit colors, etc. It's important to note that none of these have the official real gold in them that were advertised. I know that only some of them came out, but the ones that you were able to buy in stores didn't have that. So anyways, you know, here I have the red joint. Boom. The red Ghostface joint right here. Moving on, I'll go ahead and show you the next one. I got the purple joint right here. Got these like years ago. Awesome stuff. Moving on, which is this one. Yeah, the black joint right here. Ghostface. So happy to get all these too. I wonder what they're worth now. And lastly, this should be the white joint, and it is the white joint right here. So I'm going to go ahead and do an unboxing video for this one too. If I remember, I'll link it to this, but just search my page. You'll find it. And that's all my Ghostface collection to my knowledge, to my memory. There's going to be more. I'll probably do another video next year because I'll have more stuff. He's one of my favorite artists ever. Ghostface Killah. Drop a comment. Drop your favorite Ghostface album. Let me know if there's something that you think I don't have. I know there's a ton that I don't have, so don't destroy me or nothing. But anyways, keep in mind to subscribe, to like, to share, all that stuff. I appreciate it. The channel is growing. Follow me on my Instagram at Rappin' and Snackin', and let me know what you think about Ghostface. He's my favorite member. Let me know your favorite member. I appreciate y'all. As always, stay up and subscribe. Peace out.